The Sheepeater Indian War of 1879 was the last Indian war fought in the Pacific Northwest. A band of 300 Shoshone people, known as the Sheepeaters, well, the Shoshone didn't call themselves Sheepeaters, the miners and the immigrants headed this way called them Sheepeaters because that's what they saw them eating. They were eating bighorn sheep. But in 1860, the mining boom brought a lot of miners to the area, and well, the sheep eaters and the miners had their differences, and they didn't really see eye to eye. But there was some opportunities for the miners because they started blaming some of the murders and claim jumping, horse stealing. They blamed it all on the Sheepeater Indians, and there were a lot of false accusations, no substantial evidence, and that's what started the Sheepeater Indian War of 1879. There were many settlers pouring into the West, fueled by ambition, maybe a little self-interest. Band of Shoshone Indians, Sheepeaters by name. They saw the miners fighting and jumping each other's claims. Well, you know, as soon as gold was discovered, that's when all the lies began. From Panther Creek up to Yankee Fort, there were miners all over this land. They were accused of killing Chinese miners and stealing a rancher's horse, presumed to be a band of outcasts, undesirable sort. They're living deep in the Idaho Mountains. It was their homeland. They were forced to surrender and give up their land. They were forced to surrender and give up their land. They're living deep in the Idaho Mountains. They tried to make us stand. Well, the rancher hired them to put up hay, but the Shoshone never got paid. Then the horses just showed up missing, and they blamed it on an Indian raid. There were false accusations and not enough evidence. But the troops and the cavalry are mounted, misguided self-defense. They're living deep in the Idaho Mountains. It was their homeland. They were forced to surrender, give up their land. They were forced to surrender and give up their land. They're living deep in the Idaho Mountains. They tried to make us stand. Well, the rough terrain kept the cavalry from finding them real quick. Well, the troops had them outnumbered, but they always fell for Shoshone tricks. The army couldn't outfight them, so they captured an Indian squaw. The Sheepeaters surrendered. They didn't like what they saw. They're living deep in the Idaho Mountains. It was their homeland. They were forced to surrender and give up their land. They were forced to surrender and give up their land. They're living deep in the Idaho Mountains. They didn't understand. I know that the times are different, but I sure hope we all have learned. When you get gold fever, somebody's gonna get burned. They're living deep in the Idaho Mountains. It was their homeland. They were forced to surrender, give up their land. They were forced to surrender and give up their land. They're living deep in the Idaho Mountains. They try to make us stand. They were living deep in the Idaho Mountains, and they didn't understand. That's the Sheepeater War of 1879, as I see it.